I just cannot be responsible, you know. And so I was talking with her, and I said, well, how did Sam turn out so good? God, I left him, and I just wasn't always there at all. And although I tried, but I just wasn't. And my friend said, well, Sam was, your dad was, he wasn't around. He was in prison, and you moved all over, and you had to make new friends all the time and all this. But Sam, when you left him, he went with his mother, went to Washington D.C., and his mother is what saved him. And I thought, that's right, man. She's true Appalachian woman, tough as hell. And so that's why Sam is fine with his family and his wife and all this, relationships. He makes friends really easy, sticks with them. I'm just the opposite. I mean, you're my only friend, really, in Ken, other than Elizabeth in Ireland, And I'm thinking, well, that's enough. It looked like to me it is. And of course this is my George Patriot. With this little border of a black border around it, and that'll be that large. So we got to get our white border here, and this is our media border. I mean, things are really going well now with a little help. And so I'm doing this one here, and then I just continued the gray on the wall, which will stay there. And then I just added this thing in here, and I might, and I'm going to cover up that with black. And then I'm going to take a photo, get lights on this and take a photo of this whole thing. And then take this off of it, take it, and then take that off of it, and take that. And then this stays, so I have a nice line here to start another mural, a real kind of a hieroglyphics of that mural over there. See that barb shape over there on the right? And just under E. Okay, that was my experience in probably March 1st, 1954, on the westerly shoreline of Kwajalein Atoll. I had just come back from work, laying coral cement block made out of coral rather than cement. So anyway, so on the westerly shore, then I had this experience, and where I saw this thing zip out, a barb-shaped thing, zip out about 8 feet in front of me. I was looking at the sunset, scanning the whole thing, just kind of transfixed in water after work for about 20 minutes. And then at right about 20 minutes, and the whole thing lasted about 30 minutes, I was looking at everything, and I was noticing the sun, how it's round on the horizon and then curls a bit. That image reminded me instantly of when I was probably 12, just after I was circumcised, probably, and I was learning how to cook. So we lived in a kitchen nook, a big room with a Murphy bed and a couch. I slept down with a couch, a mother's room, and a bathroom for 3 years while Dad was serving 3 years for mail fraud, and he was an inmate at the federal prison at Terre Haute, and that's where what's his name, who blew up that building. That's where he was lethal injection, you know. Here, I bought this Target guy at the gun place on Stimson, and I thought, it might be an interesting, you know, subject. So what I did, it's just a piece of paper. So what I did was just glue these on to here on canvas, each one of them, you know, and then that one, and then I just set about painting, and then this part in there is supposed to represent the Twin Towers. And of course this would be Osama bin Laden. And that one's got some gold spray paint on here, so the different angles it shines more. And things just are coming to me. I don't really know, you know, exactly what they don't have any meaning to it. They just experimenting with shapes and colors. And this is a photo I took. This is the actual photo here I took of myself. Here's the camera making a shadow on the street. And after I made the photo, I thought, oh, kind of interesting, make it kind of a flying image. And these are all pellet gun shots. I don't know what it is. It has something to do with aggression, you know, like stopping this thing with a hand. Maybe it's a Buddha thing, I don't know. It's all designed really with some kind of symbolism in there. Here's another pellet shot. And the AI that came up with that idea, meaning Amnesty International, and here's a bunch of pellet shots there. And then this is real bark here, this stuff and this, so it's rather three-dimensional, and these are some guy's hands with chains on them. And I'm just experimenting with the level of this over here, so it acts as a background. And I thought, I don't think it's finished yet. In fact, let's see, this one is finished down here, and I think I've done enough on that one. And this one is finished, and that one may be finished, although I might do a little bit more with this white so it really pops out more. And as I said, this one I have yet to do the background, but I'm thinking of a kind of a green, this is a cutout from some magazine, green color in the gray. And then this one, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to emphasize this more as a gun, because he's the Amnesty International hero that's going in there to save this guy in some dungeon. And I thought once I get it done, I thought I'd just roll it up, put it in a tube, and just mail it to to AE in New York and say, if you can sell this to make funds, go right ahead and do it. And the whole idea of that is to experiment with this idea I've been thinking about for a long time, of talking about the other side, like the other side of life, you know, what's shadowy figures. And this one I like a lot because of the coloration there. Something about that I like. And I thought I might add this as a kind of a, like she's some kind of a queen, but I thought, no, that's a little bit too corny. So once again, it's just an experiment.
Taking a picture of.
Gravity is really working well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
when you take the bucket back, once you rinse it out real good, and then you've got a design in mind. Here we come with the rifle.
So should we go shoot some?
Yeah. Here I am. Yeah, I think I worked about an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours, under 2 hours. And that was a good exercise because I feel better. So I didn't get up this morning as early as I thought I would. And that's how it goes. Let's see. Shoes, that's warm enough. I mean, to just wear this cap and the sweater. This is turned into my work sweater. I have a couple paint blotches on it, so I thought, okay, this is my work sweater. Boy, these old shoes, I think I got them at New to You, geez, about 2 years ago.
Mm.
They just last and last and last. And here's the Spofforth and the Schramm family from 1918. That's when my father came over from Hull, England. Welsh, English, Irish man. So this is my folded note wall and assorted free thought. So these are cutouts. This is one. Oh no, these are individual, right? So there's 4 of them here. And what you do is that you fold up this once, and then twice, and a third time. And the kind of the leaf approach that it has a picture. See, like this. This is better. So you eventually fold it up 3 times, and you have this image left with a little hook on it, and you stick this into the wood lath at the folded note wall in the second room of Casa Nueve restaurant, and that's what all that wood lath wall was for. Then there's this. I'm making this up for Sam for his. I think it's going to be a 51st birthday. Or no, it's 52nd birthday. This on December 11th. So anyway, I'm making up some. Here he is on graduation time from Hiram College. He got top honors in political science, and he was in a couple of honorary organizations. I forget what their name is, or Chrome or something like that. And here is the original rock coil. And in the background, this building here, this much, is a Pro-Ring Art Center. And then this building here is the library, and this walkway right here leads to it in the front, over in this area. So I built this sculpture in 1988, from September 15th to January 15th, 1989. That's when I finished, so that's my date on that. And it's right in the background here. And then at the last, the thesis, see this is higher, this is a college, higher education. And here's a picture of it from inside, looking at this angle here in the wintertime. And this is called place of origins. And in higher education, that would be right up here in the mind. So it starts out, and I don't have a picture of it, but this comes around into a circle where people would, first of all, there's a part that goes out this way, meets the sidewalk. We're coming down here, and it goes up here. Here is the door right there of the art building, and then this building is where there's drawing and painting inside there. And then here's the light pole, and right on the side of the building facing, I guess that would be the south, is a plaque that says Place of Origins by John Spofforth, 1989, I should say. So I start right off with a serpentine form that just comes right off of the sidewalk, right off of the institution itself, is what I was saying with it. And it looks as if it comes from underneath the sidewalk. So after I built this, then it goes up and around. And these two triangular pieces are like old ancient Egypt building industry coming up, place of origins. What's the origin of industry? What's the origin of thought? Why do we sit in a circle and talk? That's what this was about, place of origins. And it's fitting to have it into a institution of higher thought. So here comes this serpentine shape, and it's at the base of everything. Then it meets here, and it goes into here, and then this comes out of here. So this indicates that this double is something like the right, left brain. In other words, from all of the talk and the beginning industry and just the rocks set in there, the origins of everything. We build this just up to here. Then the viewer, because they said, oh, it should be taller. I said, no, I didn't want to have it taller to be in competition with the building. So I made it like a ceramic size. It could have been up to, say, up to the here. But I didn't want to make it that high. I wanted them to say, okay, you finish it now. Here's an irregular edge. You look at it, you meditate on it from right here, looking into where they both meet. And meditate on a wall, as Leonardo told his students, look for stains. So they would sit in front of a wall where there was imagery. See even the slightest change of light and dark there. You stare at it, you meditate, and you will see an image there. You will make one in your mind, and you take that back to the studio and you paint it. So then at wintertime, you can look at this, meditate on this, and take that image. So you finish it in a sense, or work with these irregular tops in themselves as an image. Let's say that we take it this way and we hide all this. What do you got? See, you look at that enough. How much? What do you want? About that much? Does that look like a futuristic town out in space now? Could be. Okay. So these two are me as a kid, 1936, when we were going. Here, I'm in front. That little guy in front. There's my sweet mother, a Leonine mother, and my 4-year older sister Nancy. We're out in Arizona. We're traveling, moving. I guess it was 1936 1986. No, we took a trip. I thought that we moved from White Bear Lake to Long Beach, California in 1937. So maybe it was here. So I was 5 then. And here are the Pueblo, ancient Pueblo home sites. And we crawled in and out. I remember crawling in and out of one of the buildings there. It's amazing. Just amazing. And this, I don't know where it is, just some of the scenery there. So this is page 1. This is, we're saying page 2.
No.
And there's the piece of the Costa. And here's what it doesn't show well. They should put a light that shows up into there. And it used to be right in here in my old trowel, but I hear that's missing, and that's really a shame. So then this is the drawing I made of Sam about a week after he was born, when he was lying in bed one night, my dear boy. And he with his little round head. Yeah. Sammy's my boy. And then here's Sarah, my wife, before Sam and Buddy, our border collie dog, at the lake Erie on one of the big rocks out there one time. And here's our wedding. Oh my goodness, I didn't know this. So here's Sarah, me, my mother and my sister, and then Sarah's mother and her dad, Lester, Madeline, Sarah, John, Julie, Nancy. That was in 1958. And then here's Sarah and me at our first house at 11960 Iowa Street in the near east side of Cleveland, with our buddy, and I think we had a cat then too. Yeah, and our cat. And they got along fine. Buddy and Terry, that's who it was. That's me. So then this goes ahead to 19. This is all pure, but this is an etching. That's about this big, actually. This is pure white. Just after I rubbed all the ink in there, just right. And then I took a Q-tip and I cleaned this totally off of the copper or the aluminum that it was on, and got a real white and up in here, and then printed it, and that just pops forward. And this was in '62, I think. Hey, Brian.
What's up, man?
And then here's more of when Sarah and I lived at 11960 in Iowa Street, and it shows me in the bathroom and in the studio and her. And yep, that was our first place in Cleveland. And this is where I painted this self-portrait, and that's the one that I turned into a double face that I call a Dorian the Turning. And that's that. So this was in 1958, and the Dorian came out in 2011. And I think, oh, and there's more. Okay. Then here's this article on me from by Elizabeth Keating. This is and here is Elizabeth's name. And this is the original. Here's the fellowship at the front is just around the corner, and here's my architect's corner. And they said, "Oh, you can't do that." And I said, "Well, I did it." It just hangs out there, but it's all filled in back there, so it's all solid. It just hooked back into it. And this here is the original pond I did at at the governor's residence in 1984. And in 1985, Dagmar Celeste ordered me to take the top off of this. If you don't do it, I'll get state workers to do it. So I went ahead and did it. That was a sad, sad day, because look at this in detail. This Celtic tooling here, right on this image, right in here. So I'm still trying to, I'm in touch with Governor Kasich's office to try to get them to get me back up here to be funded by the Wexler Friends of the Residents and put the original top back on with that Celtic, because that's the center of the garden. And here's a piece I did in 1978. It's a circular piece about 18 feet in diameter inside there. You sit around the circle at Western Illinois University in Macomb, Illinois. That's one of my favorite pieces. That's called Ancient Hump Ring, Western Birth, BERTH. And then here is, of course, is the famous Unitarian Fellowship building from the driveway. Now at this angle, right about at this angle, here is the front corner. Here is that architect's corner here. If you get back right about here in the driveway and you just look in a rather diffused way, so you're not looking at corner and then long wall, at this whole thing, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Pretty soon, this will just pop flat, and this whole thing from this corner all looks